It was! Oh my god! That's what I thought it was. Generic Control in the Daku's, and we're back with another episode of Overanalyzing Avatar. Today we're doing The Serpent's Pass, which is in a lot of people's top 3 as worst episodes in all of Avatar. It's apparently not Overanalyzing Avatar's least favorite, and neither is The Great Divide. I still don't know what his least favorite is. I have no idea, but we're over halfway done with the Overanalyzing Avatar series so far. So I hope you're subscribed to some of his future videos, because I absolutely love Avatar, and these videos are only going to get better and better from here on out. You can check my reaction to last week's video, which was the desert. I'll leave it right up there. Also gonna link down below the description. Also gonna be a playlist on my channel with all the other Overanalyzing Avatar reactions. Go in chronological order if you want to check that out and binge all of them, because I upload a lot of videos, so they're all over the channel. If you try to go by like recent videos, there's been god, in between episodes there's probably, oh man, how many episodes? I upload a lot. I upload 19 videos a week. That'd be 15 videos in between, so it'd be 14 videos in between this episode and the last episode and the next episode. So it's absolutely crazy. I upload a lot of videos, do it on myself. I read every single comment, so leave some down below. Hope you have a wonderful day, and hopefully I can make it a tiny little bit better. But Serpent's Pass, not one of my favorites. Definitely bottom tier in my eyes, but I'm curious to see what Overanalyzed Avatar is going to say that maybe shines some light on it and makes it a little bit better. Also, shout out to the patrons, because they get the videos day early, laptop on a paywall on the channel. But let's go ahead and get into the Serpent's Pass. Alright. Let's see how he defends this disaster.
Remember when I mentioned that the previously on Avatar segments sometimes use different voice takes? Well, holy shit, here's how Aang sounds in this line originally. And then this is the same
I think
line
I actually realized that.
It's subtle, but there is a difference. In the second one, it sounds just like Aang and a demonic voice talking.
Yeah.
But the one from the actual episode actually sounds like 3 or 4 voices talking at the same time. To me, at least.
I think I remember that.
I don't know why it took me so many watch-throughs to notice this, but you can actually see Aang go flying and land here. Like, it's so obvious, but I just noticed it on my last watch-through. There's a bunch of stuff like that for me, actually.
Sure.
I never noticed that.
5,000-year-old maps from the Spirit Library. Just
yeah,
some
those are
water
fun.
on them.
I can get the water out of them.
Would this be how this works? Wouldn't Katara naturally take some of the ink out of the maps too? Or like a lot of the ink? Toph over here pissed off she can't partake in the map-looking activities.
It looks like the only passage connecting the south to the north is this sliver of land called the Serpent's Pass.
How does Sokka know this is called the Serpent's Pass?
Yeah,
he says it as if he didn't
labeled?
already know, and there's like no text on this map, so how does he know?
Then Devassing say we go. No more
Maybe it's on a different map?
Hello there,
Maybe you read about it?
Perfect distraction timing, classic Avatar. And
yeah.
Yes, this is the very family that Zuko was about to rob for food in the episode
was!
Zuko alone.
Oh
Come
my
on,
god!
Guys, you think I'm
That's
gonna
what I
miss
thought it
something big
was.
like that? What's interesting though is that they have this other girl with them, who I've heard is actually this guy's sister. I don't know if that's true, but it's interesting that she wasn't around when Zuko was about to mess them up, and that wasn't too long ago. And it seems like a really unnecessary
Maybe she was
addition,
doing
since
something
she
else.
has no lines and does literally nothing the entire episode.
Wait,
what is this thing? Is that a dog with a rat's head? What is this?
I can't believe
Wait, are
how
there
many
no
people's lives have been uprooted by the Fire Nation.
Really? Isn't that surprising?
Safe behind the walls of Ba Sing Se.
There is no war
yeah,
in Ba Sing
refugees.
Se.
Avatar really doesn't pull its punches with how war affects the ones not fighting. We've seen countless villages razed and attacked and destroyed, but because of how those episodes were set up as kind of self-contained stories, the viewer can kind of forget that those people's lives have to carry on. So seeing this and seeing that the war has had lasting ramifications on countless everyday people shows us that this war isn't something to be joked about. People die and get hurt in wars all the time. Everyone knows that. But here we get to see that
not the main characters though, they're fine.
Very seriously and knows about the people that get trampled under the constant march of war. It's not just a show that has fighting for fighting's sake and having battles and being cool. There are lasting awful effects to the events that take place.
Yeah.
Who would have thought after all these years
he'd be going back to
I'd
Ba Sing Se?
to the scene of my greatest military disgrace as a tourist.
You think Iroh sniped this nice flower hat from the flower shop before they left last episode? I bet he did. This also really speaks to Iroh's character. Some of the best advice I ever got is that you have to be able to laugh at yourself. So this really endeared Iroh to me.
Don't take yourself too serious.
Ugh, I'm sick of eating rotten food, sleeping in the dirt. I'm tired of living like this.
Literally a
Aren't
prince.
we all? My name's Jet. And these are my freedom fighters.
Jet
I
introduces himself
never
in the
liked Jet,
exact
y'all
same
know
way as
that.
he did to the gang back in season 1.
My name is Jet, and these are my freedom fighters.
I told you already. No vegetables on the ferry.
My cabbages.
One cabbage slug could destroy the entire ecosystem of Ba
She's
Sing Se.
right.
Security! My cabbages!
They should really bring this guy back.
Super weird little cutaway gag, I guess. This guy's cabbages get messed up. I guess that's funny. I don't know.
Yeah.
We've never seen him before, and we'll never see him again. So this joke just seems really weird.
The fact that he keeps going with that.
Say, please.
Passports,
No one told us we had to have passports.
There's actually
Literally,
this
my
little
passport.
low-key line in the last episode that tells us the White Lotus actually got passports made up for Zuko and Iroh,
I have the
Did he?
passports for our guests.
which
Oh.
explains how they got on the ferry without any
Oh.
trouble.
Don't you know who this is? He's the
Forger?
Avatar.
Ah, I see 50 avatars a day, and by the way, not a very impressive costume.
Wait, these two are holding hands? Did
Yeah,
they call
I don't
us
know
an
why.
Aang duo? I can
Maybe.
kind of see
I
how
don't
their
know.
plan failed. Oh, nice flat JPEG of shelves you put in here,
Literally.
guys. Looks really good. What did
I
Toph
didn't-
just
never
hand to
noticed
Aang?
that.
Seriously, I have no idea.
I have no idea.
You, sleeveless guy. Been working out?
I'll grab a tree branch and do a few chin touches every now and then. Nothing major.
This is funny because Sokka's an idiot, and doing
Yes, he
pull-ups
is.
wouldn't grow your arms at all.
No passport.
That depends on the
no
pull-ups.
tickets.
When there's no passport
You
or
can actually
tickets.
see Aang wipe off the mark that the stamp made really quickly here.
You'll get to the city safely. I'll lead you through the Serpent's Pass.
Yeah.
I can't believe we gave up our tickets, and now we're going through the Serpent's Pass.
Yes, Sokka, that actually is what we just discussed right
That,
before
wait,
the commercial
yeah,
break.
he
Thank
always
you for
does that.
keeping
He
me
always
updated.
recaps.
What does it say? It says, abandon hope.
Oh,
Could we
that's nice.
abandon hope? That's all we have.
I don't know.
Also, the sister literally
The
just
monks
has no
say that
lines.
Hope is just a distraction. So maybe we do need to abandon it.
What are you talking about?
Hope isn't going to get us into Ba Sing Se, and it's
It's
not
not.
going to find Appa. We need to focus on what we're doing right now, and that's getting across this
Also, who
pass.
issues
I mean,
passports
I kind of vibe
for the
with
Earth
this
Kingdom
outlook, honestly.
citizens?
Like, the show delivers it as this backward way of thinking, but, I mean, he's right? No one's gonna do it for them.
That hill's
Is that really all
crazy.
that unhealthy of a viewpoint? I don't think so. Aang's going through a hard time right now, so this
They
mindset
lost
is tied
Appa.
in with that, but I don't think it's all that bad of a way to think, especially in a situation like this.
The Fire Nation controls the Western Lake. Rumor has it they're working on something big on the other side, and they don't want anyone to find out what it is.
So that's got to be the
What?
drill, right?
Yeah, it
This
has
is
to
just
be.
a low-key little line.
Dude,
to
the
make it
drill's
seem like
next
the Fire Nation
episode.
didn't pull the drill out of absolutely nowhere. I like the little detail
It's
that this
crazy.
guy's taking the outer side towards the cliff and keeping his pregnant wife on the inside, away from the drop. Good job.
They spotted us! Let's go, let's go!
So wait, does the Fire Nation just make a habit of trying to kill everyone they see,
Yes.
civilian or not? Like, no way they could have known
Pretty
it
sure
was
that's a war
Aang and
crime.
company at this distance. And even
No.
if they could, there's no way that someone could put an order in this quickly to attack. But still, these guys
Yeah.
just fired immediately.
There's no
You shouldn't sleep there.
repercussions
Who
in doing
knows how
it.
stable this ledge is? It could give way at any moment.
Sokka, I'm fine. Stop worrying.
No.
I mean, they're both right. Suki can take care of herself, but it is a pretty stupid idea to sleep, like, right next to a cliff, especially
you
after
just
you
saw
just
one.
watched this happen. Whoa,
Yeah.
they did it! It's not a full moon!
not
Rejoice, by the gods! But seriously, the one time you're not gonna have a full moon, it's where your characters are literally on a body of water called Full Moon Bay. I've always hated back sheaths. They don't make any sense, right? Unless your sword
What?
is super short, you just wouldn't be able to put your sword back into them, right? Like, your arm wouldn't
Oh.
be long enough to get the point of your sword back into the top of the sheath. In actually the same shot here, we can see Zuko's sword shrink from this length, which looked longer than his outstretched
Yeah.
arm would be on its own, down to this size, just so the sheath on his back can actually physically make sense. Seriously, it
Ugh.
looks like the swords get dramatically shorter. in
Maybe it's
this
just
1
the
second of
perception
animation.
when they're pointed at you. I don't know.
How was Zuko hooked on here? No way that would work, right?
What's
I
going
could.
on with you? In the desert, all you cared about was finding Appa, and now it's like you don't care about him at all.
You saw what I did out there. I was so angry
killed a
about
bug.
losing Appa, I couldn't control myself. I hated feeling like that.
But now you're
That's
not
fair.
letting yourself feel anything.
I think this is a really realistic response from Aang. It's very human to see yourself do something you don't like and then dial it way back, too far back. And then it's still an unhealthy
yep.
way of doing things, just in the opposite direction. I think this isn't really an emotional
Overcorrection.
state that's explored very often either. So it's cool that they give this kind of feeling an entire episode for Aang to feel out.
It's a beautiful moon.
It's Serpent's Pass.
Yeah, it really is.
This is a cute
Why
little
do people hate this
conversation,
episode
but
so much?
It's also sad. I like that Sokka can clearly still have feelings for someone even though he's still hurting over Yue. That's a very real situation that someone can find themselves in. And that probably makes him feel even worse because he obviously still has strong feelings for Yue, and having feelings for Suki too would feel like he's betraying her. Like, we're in this fantastical world, but the characters deal with very human emotions. That's why you fall in love with these characters. These are real
Yeah,
situations that
they
real
wrote
people
this really
deal with.
well.
They feel like real people,
They
struggling
do.
with grief and loss like we all do.
I can't.
How did she know
I've
that he
done
pulled
some
away if
things
the
in
eyes
my
were
past
closed?
that I'm not proud of. But that's why I'm going to Ba Sing Se. For a new beginning.
Nah, I don't like you.
A second chance.
I've never
I like
liked
this
you.
conversation. It's very earnest, and Jet's being very genuine. He's actually going to Ba Sing Se to start a new life. So why did they choose to do this sinister zoom in with the menacing strings along with it? It makes it seem like Jet's lying here. Do they want you
Yeah,
to think Jet's lying here?
maybe. I don't know.
Single file.
I'm usually not one to complain about how they choose to solve problems with bending, but
Also,
this
the
one
water,
is one of the
the
more
ground is
egregious
not
ones.
soft.
Katara could just as easily make an ice bridge, and even if he didn't want to do that because he had a pregnant lady, Toph could seemingly raise the ground pretty easily.
That's
and
true.
Maybe Toph couldn't have done it all at once, and it might have been pretty time-consuming or something, but it probably would have made a lot more sense, right? I could have mentioned this at any point, I guess. But
that'd be a lot
did the gang
easier
get new
than
sleeping
that.
bags since last episode, because they definitely weren't lugging them through the desert. Okay, looking at the size of this thing and the size of the air pocket that they were all huddled in, how did the Serpent completely devour at least most of the group on its first drive-by? This may seem convenient that the Serpent is right here, right now, as the gang passes this one submerged section.
But maybe that's the
I think
actual
it makes
Serpent's
perfect
pass.
sense. This one little gap seems like it's the only way that the Serpent could pass from the eastern and western sides. So to me, it makes sense that he would spend a lot of time there. Maybe even make that little area his home. Did Momo really just run closer to it? Oh, never mind. He's back on top shoulder.
Oh, God.
Never mind again. He's back in front of Sokka.
Momo continuity.
If you slow this way down, you can actually see that Katara probably lost a little bit of control here and didn't mean to do that spin.
Toph, come on.
That's a nice little touch.
Actually, I'm gonna stay on my little island where I can see.
This
That's
brings up
fair.
a really weird
Yeah,
thing
let's
with
not.
possibilities, actually. So the surface she's standing on has to be earthen for her to feel the vibrations through it.
Is
you
it?
see?
I don't
so, like,
think
she
so.
wouldn't be able
Is
to
it?
see if she was standing on wood or some other surface.
No,
Despite
she can
vibrations
still...
traveling across and through those surfaces just as easily.
Oh, she can't swim either. Suki with the waterproof makeup.
Oh, Sokka, you saved me. Mwah.
Actually, it's me.
Oh,
I don't...
Well.
Why did she even react like
You
that?
can go ahead and let me drown now.
You know, it sucks. I've said it before, people are going to get mad if I don't leave their favorite jokes in, but I can't be funny or analytical over top of this. This is just funny. I can't be funnier than this. I guess
Why
this
did
is
she
a
even
hint
do
of
that?
Toph liking Sokka, but that's never really pursued or talked
Yeah,
about at all. So,
ever.
You know, it's just funny. This is the perfect way to beat this thing, right? Like a really meaty hit that would make it fuck off but not kill it, and it plays to the surrounding of the characters and an interesting new move that Katara and Aang teamed up
Doesn't
on.
he go
Pretty
attack the
much
Fire
genius
Nation?
from an action and storytelling standpoint. I like that Toph doesn't react here because she doesn't see Aang and Katara go flying by.
I helped Gran deliver lots of babies back home.
This isn't the same as delivering an Arctic seal. This
And
is a real human thing.
I'm a Sokka. This is forbidden eldritch science. I'd be freaking out too.
What?
I've
Childbirth?
realized lately
What?
that being on your own isn't always the best path.
That's a very nice sentiment, Zuko. You did have a pretty rough go in that one episode.
Is Zuko
so
alone?
It's satisfying here to see Zuko say this and give Iroh some credit for once. See, I'm telling you, little by little, he's opening up. It's not just all at once.
Aang, get some rest.
Love Iroh. God, I love it. I say it every single
Sokka
time how much I
actually
love
used Katara's
Iroh.
pouch to go get water, which makes sense. What's weird is that he ran off without it in the last scene, since we see Katara with it right as she
You don't know how much
What
time
should we name
skip.
her?
I want our daughter's name to be unique. I want it to mean something.
I've been going through a really hard time lately,
What?
but you've made me hopeful again.
They name it Hope?
I know what I want to name our baby now.
Hope?
Hope.
We've had
come
9
on.
months to think
no
about
matter
this.
how many times I've watched this show, I can never really get around how corny naming their daughter Hope is. It was bordering on corny when Aang had a breakthrough when seeing a newborn baby, but them actually naming her Hope is just jumping the corn shark. Do you think if Jing had her
corn
baby
shark.
a day earlier, she still would have named it Hope?
No.
And then when they rocked up on the Serpent's Pass and it was all like abandoned Hope, she would have freaked out? I would have if I was the dad. I'd have been like, nah, man, that's bad mojo. We gotta get the hell out of here.
I thought I was trying to be strong.
Go have it with
but
all the
really,
other
I was
refugees.
just running away from my feelings. Seeing this family together, so full of happiness.
The
and
sister
love,
literally had 0
it's
lines.
reminded me how I feel about Appa. And how I feel about you.
It's good that they gave Aang 2 full episodes to be messed up over Appa. So now it
That's
actually
fair.
feels like a real big loss for Aang. Any less would have felt weird, and any more probably would have felt like it was dragging on.
A little
2
bit,
full
yeah.
episodes for him to reckon with his emotions isn't short, though. So him having his
Perfect
breakthrough
length.
works, even
They're
if
so
the reason
good
is
at the
a little
show.
corny, like I said.
Sokka, it's been really great to see you again.
Whoa, hold on. Why does it sound like you're saying goodbye?
I came along because I wanted to make sure you got through the Serpent's Pass safely. But now I need to get
What
back
does she
to the
even
other
really
Kyoshi
offer to the
warriors.
Serpent's Pass?
So
I mean, she
Suki
saved
has to go
Toph.
back over the Serpent's Pass on her own now, right? So she's got to go
How?
past that underwater section on her own? That's got to be a pretty stressful
She
swim.
can,
Listen.
yeah, I was about to say, you swim that?
I'm really sorry about last night. We were talking and saying things. I just got carried away, and before I knew it,
Let's go! You gotta love when Sokka gets a W, baby. This is him coming
Sokka
over an
gets a
emotional
lot of
hurdle
dubs.
as well, with a little less reasoning behind it, but it still works. He had that night and most of the day to think about it, so I think it's fine. Immediately, the
Fair.
scale of Ba Sing Se is set up visually. Not only with this shot
Because
of
it's
it towering
massive.
over Aang, but with the earlier shot of it being the entire horizon. We've only heard
Yeah.
about the city at this point, usually in reverence, so the wall surrounding it being so strikingly large only enforces the idea of its
Also, why is it
importance.
made out of bricks? Wouldn't they just, like, erect giant... Just... Also, how far in advance did they know the drill was coming? Also, what was the funding for the drill?
Sorry, Momo. Appa's gonna have to wait.
And this line really drives home the fact that Aang has emotionally come to terms with the fact that he's not going to find Appa right away, which softens the blow of the next episode not having anything to do with finding Appa at all.
It's all about
straight
fighting.
writing all the way around.
The
This episode's
drill
really
popped up
good. It's so
rerun the most for
emotionally
me.
driven. Pretty much the entire runtime is the cast dealing with things they've done or failed to do or had happen to them. If you remove the Serpent scene, this entire episode is basically just talking. I don't think the episode's any weaker for it, though. They're all really strong
So why is it
conversations about the
people's
various
least
internal
favorite?
struggles that our
'Cause
characters
the
are
corny
having, and none of them
baby
fall
thing?
flat. Sokka, Aang, Iroh, and Zuko even get introspective
Or maybe 'cause
moments,
Jet's
and they
back.
all land well. The episode itself is actually built around these emotional scenes, much more than any action or comedy. The action scene with the Serpent isn't even that close to the finale moment. What we get instead is an emotional finale, with Aang having his breakthrough. Like I said, these characters don't feel like cartoon characters. They feel
really
like real
aren't.
people who have to deal with things just like we do. And that's part of what makes this show so special. And this episode really highlights that kind of stuff. Patron shoutouts!
Oh,
If you want to
God.
be 2 full episodes ahead of the YouTube
2
releases
full
for
episodes,
Overanalyzing Avatar, you can
Jesus.
support me on Patreon for just a few bucks. Link, as always, is in the description below the
You-
video.
I also have a
Towering shoutouts
Patreon.
go to my top
I do a lot of
patrons,
videos.
Fred Sullivan, who
You-
reached
right now you're
enlightenment in
doing
4
17
different
videos a
religions,
day
world
early.
record. Keegan Scott,
I only
who
do it
is
a day
immune to
because I read
conventional
comments.
weapons. Skylos, the one true heir to the Neptunian throne. And Zoopy, who can light people who aren't named Terrence on fire with his mind. So if
Oh.
your name's not Terrence, you know, watch out for that guy. Other
I will.
huge shoutouts go to my other top patrons. B.
Yeah, that's why I only do a day early
Jack,
for
Stu
my-
Mutual Aid,
just
Eleanor
because I
Rose, Garmer, Glintlock,
read
Nicholas
all the
Abbott,
comments.
Breaker Gas, the most super of snippers, and Tiago Nascimento. Next up is the drill. You could tell because of the giant drill in the episode.
Oh yeah, the giant drill, which is the episode that I have actually seen the most, because every single time like Avatar was playing, that was the episode I saw the most. I can't wait until we get to the Tales of Ba Sing Se. That Iroh episode, oh my god. It's an entire episode dedicated to Iroh and what's made him the way that he is and everything. And I absolutely love that about characters. There's gonna be a really good comment down below in the comment section by Kimp Dog breaking down this episode or the Serpent's Pass and everything like that. There's also gonna be a couple good comments as well. I think is it Caleb or is it Seth? One of you does like fun facts or trivia about Avatar as well, and I really appreciate that. See, and that's why it's only a day early access, because of how I record all the videos and whatnot. It also helps if I ever have to record ahead of time and, you know, go out of town and stuff like that, because even when I go out of town or I'm out of town for 5 or 6 days, you still get like 19 videos a week, I guess, which is just insanity. But I do it all to try to make your day a tiny little bit better. I hope I did make your day a tiny little better. I look forward to the next episode. We're approaching 70,000 subscribers, which is a huge milestone. My goal for the year is 100,000. I'm gonna need all the help that I can get to hit it though. But I'm excited for the drill. I hope to see you there. But until then, take care and cue the music.
We were playing as so